Township. Union supervisor needs to come to order. Flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to acknowledge a declaration of a quorum. And first up on comment is Peg Moulton. Please keep it to 3 minutes, everybody.
Testing.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm Peg Moulton, the Heidelberg Trolley Trail Development Committee representative for Heidelberg Township. And I usually do a monthly update on everything. I've got some very, very exciting news to share with everyone tonight. Tomorrow, Thursday at 1 o'clock, by invitation only because of the logistics of getting to the ceremony, we are having a ribbon cutting for the brand new section of the finished Heidelberg Trolley Trail parcel in Heidelberg Township that goes from Gitz Run Road over to the C&W railroad tracks. And secondly, we're having a groundbreaking on phase 2 of the Oil Creek restoration. Now, the exciting thing about all of this is that it's all paid for, and by the end of 2025, the trail will be finished, completed from Gitz Run Road on over to Jacobs Mill Road. And that is so exciting to all of us that have been involved for these couple years in the process. We had to limit the invitations to the groundbreaking for tomorrow at 1 o'clock due to, again, the logistics and having to use a gator to transport people over to where the ceremony will be. There will be dignitaries from York County, public representatives, the commissioners from York County, our supervisors are invited, and hopefully one at least will be able to attend. I know it's in the middle of the day and everybody is busy with other requirements, but this is the first big section of Heidelberg Township that's being, displayed and opened and really celebrated. So hopefully you'll be there. I do have a few of the current newsletters that explain and have pictures of the development and the progress in Heidelberg Township. It's a wonderful piece. I have about 10 copies up on the front table. I am going to request a PDF file to send to Judy so that she can post it on the Heidelberg Township website so that anybody can link on that and look at it. I will try to get more copies. They had a limited run on the, just because of finances on the copies of this. But there are some up here. Please feel free to come up after the meeting and take one or look at it, at least look at it. And hopefully, we'll be celebrating tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And I'll give you an update in about 2 months about where we are then. Thank you so much for everybody's support on this project and for me personally. And thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll open it up for general public comment. Who's first? Tara?
Okay. In reviewing tonight's agenda, I was actually quite surprised to see a resolution on there for the township to enter into yet another business loan for $497,000 for some road work and some stormwater management. And I went back and looked at the 2025 budget that was submitted back in January, and there was supposed to be like $1 billion in income coming in. We're only into June. Not quite sure why that money is disappearing so fast that it requires us to take out another loan. If you remember, it took us quite a while to pay off the Gitz Run Bridge loan. And I went and pulled the March, which was the latest I could find, treasurer's report, and there is still money in the general fund and there's still money in the state fund. And I went and looked up what restrictions on state funding wise, and it says second-class townships can use state funding to support the construction and maintenance of stormwater systems and help cover costs of complying with federal regulations related to state water management. So I guess my question is, why are we taking out a line at all when we do have money available that can serve this purpose? And if you feel that it's not gonna survive for the rest of the year, then why are we taking out a $497,000 loan instead of a much smaller loan, and at least use some of our own funds, so the taxpayers in this community don't have to pay interest on that loan? So I think it would be nice to have an answer to that.
Mr. Chairman, if you're not going to respond, I'd like to. Okay. And I'd like to also.
So first of all, $1 billion, it's $1 million is pretty much what our level of finance is. This is a big project. It's, what's the two roads? High Rock and Woodland.
No,
So,
no, no. Woodland was done 2 years ago. Larry Sterner did that road.
there it is, High Rock and Laurel Woods.
Laurel Woods isn't in this.
We don't want to deplete the general fund. This money comes out of liquid fuels to pay for this. That's state money. So in a sense, that we do have to pay, the interest rate's like 4.5%, which we do have to pay, but that comes out of the liquid fuels fund and it's payable over several years. So we think this is the best way to finance the road repairs. Simple as that, just like the bridge. The bridge was over 300,000.
There's money in that, there's money in the accounts here that could be used.
And we draw down the general fund, and that would be an issue if we had some kind of emergency. So anyhow, next.
No, I asked to have.
All right, speak.
So, in 2024, Barbara proposed this PIB loan. It died after she left. It was never voted on in 2025 with a new budget to apply for this loan. This is the first time you're hearing about it, and contrary to what the chairman tells you, it is not doing any work on Laurel Woods. I get the I get the engineer's report and I see the bills. They're not doing any engineering work on Laurel Woods, so this is just High Rock. Now, the other thing about this loan, it has to be repaid out of your liquid fuels money. Tim keeps talking about the general fund. I don't know. It has nothing to do with the general fund. This loan gets paid out of the liquid fuels money. Our liquid fuels money, as I've been explaining for years, is going down. We're not getting any more. We're getting less each year. So the emergency that he's talking about, Judy, would you please tell us what the monthly payment would be on this loan?
I don't have that yet.
You don't have that yet. Do you have what the total amount of interest would be over the loan? So here they're asking us to approve something. We don't even know the damn monthly payment. Huh? And we're being told it's gonna be this road and that road and it ain't. So, I'm done.
All right, anyone else, public comment? Yeah.
Never know if it's the same numbers or not. The red light's on, that's all.
Pat Parrish off road. 2 months ago, I presented an ordinance from 2011. Everybody forgot, the police couldn't find it. And you remembered it, Kim, you said because you and Norma and Larry Stern. So
right here.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah,
Very good. I appreciate it.
okay.
Thank you, Pat, for following up on that. Township appreciates it.
Thank you. Thank you too.
Next. Yes, in the back. Yeah.
Renan Castillo, 686 County Court. So thank you for the discussion, Paul, on the $500,000 PIB loan. I'm shocked that we don't know the payment on it. It's hard to believe that we don't know the
We
payment.
know the payment. We
Oh,
know the payment.
I think we were just told that we don't know it yet.
We know the amount and we know the interest rate.
Yeah.
So what's the
Because
term?
we weren't prepared tonight to
Oh,
disclose
I'm
it.
not prepared to discuss what's on
But
the
you know
agenda.
the payment amount. You just don't wanna tell us, is that correct?
Why would you lie? Why would you lie and say you don't know?
One at a time, one at a time.
No, why would you lie?
Ron, why don't you
Let me
stop
ask
in the
question.
office tomorrow, or I'll tell you what I'll do is, I will share it with everyone.
Why don't you share
Yeah.
it with all of us?
I don't have the numbers on me tonight.
Okay, well, I would say that just out of common decency, if you are putting all of us under a loan for $500,000, which is a substantial amount, in the context of how much money, as you just said,
Yeah.
this town brings in, that you would have brought to us, how many years are we gonna pay on this? What amount are we gonna pay on this?
Okay.
And what is the total amount? And wouldn't vote on it without at least having
I
that
tell you what
information.
I'll do.
And I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. You're absolutely correct, because when
Paul.
Barbara presented that in 2024, we had all that information.
Close that down.
Now, I still voted against it, but we had the information
That's a
then.
basic minimum.
All right. What I will propose, if Matt agrees, is we don't approve it tonight. We wait and we have the
What
numbers
about
for
Matt
next
agreeing?
month.
What does he do?
Paul,
How about the board?
You're out of
supervisors?
order.
What about the board of supervisors agreeing?
you're out of order.
Yeah, I'm-
You were
Better
just
believe
rude
it.
to him a minute ago. Why is he
I-
out of order and you
I
were good
agreed.
before?
We'll get those numbers before we approve it and we'll present it in July.
Great.
Okay,
I make a motion that we table.
we're not there yet. There's a hand up in the back.
Still say our name?
Yeah, you need to say your name.
Yeah.
You don't?
You don't. Yeah, you don't.
No, that was in the last
They
change. to
changed
the-
it recently.
Oh.
Yeah, so, I mean, we're winning again, right, guys? This is all about winning, right? Travis won. Tim, you showed up at the rec park meeting, right?
I sure did.
And then you talked about something you heard secondhand,
Not secondhand.
so you heard it directly?
I heard it from our manager.
Okay, she heard it from someone else, right? So, okay, so let me ask you this, is this something that's gonna bring the township together? I'm asking you, is this something that's gonna bring the township?
Are you bringing the township together?
Okay, I'm not supervisor. You're the supervisor, you show leadership.
I showed up, I have the right, like anyone else in this room, to attend public
Okay.
meetings and make
But you
comments.
have the right, but you're the chairman of the board.
doesn't
here.
matter. I
I
can
know,
vote.
that's the problem, it should matter.
All right.
It should matter, you should care about it.
I can't.
It makes it better and everything else.
This township, I mean, I don't know. You wanna blame me for the township, you wanna blame Paul, you wanna blame, there's issues here, and you're not addressing, you're addressing them with anger, outrage.
I'm
and
not
then you know what I
angry.
mean.
You're the one who's angry.
I'm not angry.
What's the issue? That's what I.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Will you please continue with your comment? If you don't have a comment,
What's the issue?
sit down.
What's the issue?
The issue is we have a chairman here going to the rec park meeting and speaking in public comment, which is your right, right?
Yeah, it is.
So what do you think that does?
I have a right to be able to do
Okay,
this.
speaker, okay, all right. What is the issue?
What was the issue that he was speaking on?
She's not supposed to be able to interrupt.
Yeah, what's, okay.
Where's my timeout? I need some more time.
You're not getting any more time.
Yes, I am.
No, you're
You
not.
interrupted me
No,
all
you're
along.
not.
Mr. Solicitor, is he allowed to interrupt me?
It's not a Q&A, so you're
Yeah.
entitled to make comments.
So he's interrupting
You
me.
get 3 minutes.
No, he's interrupting me. You interrupted me.
Well, you also are asking questions.
I didn't ask him questions all that. He's been interrupting me.
Just finish your comments, and we'll move along.
I'm not. That's the problem around here. That's the outrage I have, is you guys aren't following the rules. And then you're trying to put the rules on us. I look at stuff, I get right to notice the rules aren't followed. Okay, I get it. The rules aren't. Now she's interrupting me.
Yeah, well,
Why is she
now
interrupting me?
interrupted me, so.
Okay,
Paul's out.
oh jeez.
So let's stop interrupting everybody and get our 3 minutes in and get this done. What's your comment?
My comment is, you guys don't follow the rules. You don't follow the public comment rules. You guys don't follow, I get right to know information, things aren't proper, you don't follow anything. And then you sit here and say that I'm not following the rules. I'm not following rules this much. You're not following rules this much. Why is that? Huh?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to respond to Mark's comment.
Yeah, please, I'd like to ask Paul, since I got 2 minutes left.
No, you don't.
Well, how much
You
time I
have
got?
2 minutes left.
Well, how much do I got?
Nothing.
None. Go ahead, Paul.
If I'm happy here and I'm standing here saying good stuff about you, you're okay with that. But since I'm trying to do my First Amendment right, you're not okay with
I
that.
limited 3 minutes to everybody, just like Ted, just like everybody else.
That is not true. That is not true.
Absolutely true. Paul, what's your comment?
My comment is, I would like to say that I do attend other board meetings, just like Mr. Hanson did last Tuesday, and it is our right to do so. However, I would like to draw a contrast. When I go to one of those meetings, I do not show up with information that was private to me only through the township office. That compromises your position as a public comment in a setting where you're not the supervisor. If Mr. Hanson showed up with an email that was sent to our office, when I go to one of these meetings, I go to implore, I go to say, please do this. I don't go there and say, oh, I've got an email from somebody that, you all didn't see, but I'm gonna read it. That's the only thing I'd like to say is the contrast between, and I hope Tim can take this.
That's still not proven. That's an email from a resident on an unproven fact that you're presenting to someone else. I mean,
Mark, you haven't been recognized.
Okay, next commenter. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think that discussion was about me. Can everybody hear me?
Oh, Nate, we can hear you.
I think that discussion might have been about me. And if Tim would, talk to me sometime, I'd appreciate it. What I had heard was Pride Month, transgender, all that stuff. Okay, there's a lot of people in here, I believe, that believe in Jesus, that go to church, and that's great. I see God on the back of this young man's shirt right here, which is awesome. God made farmers. Okay, sorry I'm a little nervous. I don't do public speaking. I did go down and see the girls at the township. I did ask for information. The girl, the lady, I don't know if she's here tonight because I don't know her face to face, from the Spring Grove Y, but I think she owes me an apology too. She said, when I talked to her on the phone, that no, they do not promote anything to do with that gay crap. Okay. So, when you get on Spring Grove's YMCA website, now this is website, okay. It all looks good on the front end. It all looks good on the front. Our mission statement, to put Christian principles into practice through programs that build healthy spirit, mind, body for all. And it gets better. The mission-based organization, our values, who are we, our impact, our reach. Go look at it. Spring Grove, YMCA. But go down to the very bottom and click on that little Facebook link that's down there at the bottom. It'll take you to the Y. Right there, Facebook page, the Y. First picture posted today, 22 hours ago. Sorry, I'm shaking. Pride Month, Pride Month, Pride Month, right on there. You belong here, Pride Month. That's all I got to say. Oh, one more thing. One more thing. If it does get voted in, I think all the churches in our communities, there's something going on out at the bowling alley at South Hanover that has nothing to do with us. It's the YWCA of Hanover. But I think all the churches, we need to come together for Jesus. That's
It's
all.
for 13-year-olds.
All right.
It's for 13-year-olds.
All right, Nate.
Next comment. Yes.
Mike Myers, as chairman of the rec board, I assume I started a whole lot of this aggravation and irritation. And when I proposed this, it had nothing to do with transgender bathrooms, gay pride month, no, nothing. It was simply to join an organization to help schedule ball fields, help with events, help just there was a lot of stuff that I didn't take into consideration, the transgender bathrooms and everything, because we don't have them. I never even, like, there's so much stuff that everybody's so pissed off at me, but I didn't even look into it because I don't believe in it, I don't want it, but I didn't even read that far into it. I apologize for that if I pissed everybody off on the room, but that was an oversight on my part. We have tabled it. We have since not brought it back up to talk about. So if we could stop talking about it, get on with the regular business that has to be conducted in this township, that would be great. And we can possibly discuss it at another time when things are a little less heated and everybody, instead of just throwing out this, that, and that, let's look at the good part and see, maybe the bad part that everybody is so bent on throwing in everybody's face isn't that bad. And maybe it wouldn't affect us at all, but there could be good points to joining, and maybe we should look into that. But I just want everybody to know that, obviously, I mean, as you stand here and look at me, if you think that's what I'm for, well, I apologize. Thank you.
My response to that is, I'm with you. I'm not in favor of transgenders and any of that. I'm neutral on joining Spring Grove. Who was first brought this up, Paul?
Matt Bollinger.
Yeah, I thought you were the one who brought Kay King in, but nonetheless.
Matt, you want to correct him on that when you first were elected?
I believe years ago, you were the first one, but I brought it back up.
No, you brought it back up in your first term.
So I do appreciate everybody bringing all of this to our attention, but we are nowhere up for a vote on this. The rec board was to explore those ideas of opportunities, and if those ideas aren't for us, then fine. But this has exploded up into something that's just gone way out of control and way out of into left. We're way outside of where we should be here. So if the rec board comes back, the rec board has made no recommendations. You haven't given us a list of anything. I think that's what we had asked the rec board to do. The rec board has said no, or these are the pros, these are the cons, this is that. That's the discussion we should be having as a community. But the biggest reason I was an advocate for it, and it's money.
because the money those organizations together can get for us for our park is tenfold of what we can produce by ourselves. So you have to ask yourself, are you willing to join Paradise, Spring Grove, Jackson Township, and all of these municipalities that are part of it, along with our school district, okay, which we all know our school district is, or are we going to try to do this on our own? And if the answer is on our own, nobody has presented any evidence or paperwork to this board that says we can do that. So right now, both options are on the table, but that's it. They're up for discussion, and we're not to the point where we should be yelling at each other about this yet. That's not. So that's it. We've got to get business done this evening and start doing what we need to do as a township. So this stuff is not productive at all right now.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I'd like to correct the record on what Matt just said. Thank you. So it is true that I brought Kate King in back in 2020. But Matt just said the Rec Park Board was supposed to get information, get the do's and don'ts, the pluses, the minuses. Well, that's what I was doing in 2020. I brought them in on a work session. Now, I'll tell you what changed my mind about this, and it wasn't their recent move to go with the Y and the things that are promoted there. It was the deal that was made on that school property. So Matt talks about our school district. So our school district was taxed to build those buildings, to build that campus. And it has been handed over to the Y. Okay? In addition to the fact, when the Y presented their case about the grants they were getting and what they were going to do with the building, they didn't have all the money. They still don't have all the money. So what they're doing is they're starting the project, and then when it gets out there and it ain't got the money to finish it, they're going to come back to you-know-who.
Yes.
And the argument will be, well, it's only this much more to finish the project, blah, blah, blah. That deal that was made on that building, on that property, was a theft to the taxpayers of the school district of Spring Grove. And that's why I will not support this move.
Okay, any other people want to comment? I see a hand back there.
Hello, I'm Vicki Senna, Danner Drive. I wasn't going to come up and speak tonight, but I think everyone's missing the point about what happened at the Rec Park meeting. You, Mr. Hanson, took an email that Judy gave you and something that Mr. Nate, I found that Nate Mangus was the one that went down and asked the girls, which I saw him for 2 minutes when we were here to vote. I haven't seen Nate in years. But you attacked me, and you had a whole audience at the Rec Park Board set up, just like you had Nick stand up and question my Christianity, but the 4 men that were on the board, nothing was said to them. I wouldn't even get up here today, but you're making it more about the transgender. What they're asking you, Mr. Hanson, is, as a taxpayer citizen, I was even someone that even campaigned for you to try to get you in office at one time when people were saying lies and terrible things about you. And then you get up there and attack me when I have been busting my behind to try to get events for this community, donations for this community, stuff that wouldn't cost the taxpayers in this community a dime. Doing for this Rec Park Board is nothing compared to what we did for 12 years with the Cadorus Blast. That's a tiny, small park, and we have enough people, I have enough volunteers, the group does, that we can get you all the grants that you wanna have. But you came to that meeting and you called me out on somebody's hearsay that you didn't even talk to Mr. Mangus, and an email. I've been trying to get a hold of Kate King to speak with her. She doesn't return my calls. How convenient, but Mr. Nick Gentile gets up and says that she mentioned my name to him, that I'm the one causing all the trouble. I'm sorry, I am a born-again believer. I believe that if people want to do this transgendering stuff or whatever, that's their business.
Right.
They're the ones that have to answer for all this stuff, not me. Just like the things I do wrong, no one else, you don't answer for what I do wrong. But I'm just saying here, I have enough people at that volunteering. Here you are borrowing $497,000 for roads, but you're willing to pay these people $25,000 when you got all these volunteers, over 30 volunteers that are on the list now without even the help of the office to put it on a website. Why would you pay them that money when you have your own community? Let your people get invested in their own community, just like we did at the Blast. I've said this before to you guys, but instead you came in to try to humiliate me for some ungodly reason, I don't know. And that's what I'm here to ask you, Mr. Hansen. Why did you do that to me?
I did not mention your name. I did not humiliate you.
Oh, the antique lady down in Porter's has
What I did was we had more than one person come in and ask and Nate, what did you ask? Were they putting transgender bathrooms in the township park?
We don't even have it.
What did you say?
My question was, if they come in here to run the park, are they going to promote it? Promote transgender, promote the rainbow flag, which is actually God's rainbow, okay? That was my question. I don't think I even mentioned bathrooms.
Judy was there. Judy?
This is a court meeting.
That was his question. Vicky Senate came in and said, you're going to put in transgender bathrooms. That's what his quote was.
But they weren't there.
Well, he's saying he didn't say it, so
Well,
I'm sorry.
We got 3 people. And another thing about Nick, I don't control what Nick says. That was on his own, and he doesn't control what I say.
I know that, but you can't tell me that you didn't get him to come.
I did not. He was in the
never
office.
comes to meetings, and he went to Rec Park Court.
Vicky, he was in the office when Nate was in there. That's why he came.
Just apologize.
In the office.
It's not gonna hurt.
But you still were unprofessional the way you handled that, Mr. Hansen. You should have never brought it
And
up. You could have called me personally.
I'm
and
treated
told me.
professionally tonight.
Well, actually, because you're being so disrespectful to everyone.
I'm being disrespectful.
Sir, you're a board of supervisor. We voted you in, and so you do legally have to work for us. And you should be. I'm just saying, I'm saying, Mr. Hansen, you need to do stuff more professionally, but I didn't do anything wrong. Anybody that came into my store to ask me about what was going on or who to vote for, I directed them to the website of the Y or the Facebook page of the Y, or I told them to go down to the office and they can ask the girls or call Kate
Okay,
King.
and that's what happened.
But the way it was handled was completely unprofessional.
Thank you. Yeah.
Somebody was in the office?
Yeah.
I was there with them?
Nick, yep, he was there.
Okay, hold on a minute. There was nobody in the office with those 2 girls up front. There was a guy that came walking in.
That's the guy.
With the German Shepherd.
That's Nick.
Walked right by and back to,
That's
someone
Nick.
else was
He
walking
heard it. He heard it.
In between the double doors, I was standing there in between the double
Well.
doors at the little window.
Yeah, he heard it. That's all I can say.
Alrighty.
Yeah, seriously.
Tim doesn't coordinate with Nick, but he knows Nick heard it.
Yeah, well, okay. Wish Nick was here, but he's not. Any other comments? Any other comments? Yes. Stevie.
Hi, I'm Stevie. I'm not using a microphone because I've got a big mouth and you'll hear me just fine. First, this is a bunch of crap. Seriously, we're sitting here fighting about something and I'm going, what's this? This? Like, what is this? Somebody tell me. This lovely lady, I don't know her name, said she'll explain to me later. but that doesn't help me for right now. I'd still like to know what this is. How can we all be having this conversation? You did that, you did this, you did that, you did this, when we don't know what this is. If you showed up at a meeting and you were disrespectful, that's not good. I've said to you numerous times. If people are treating you like crap, you don't turn around and treat them like crap. You are a man of integrity, you stand in your integrity, you stand in your power, you rise above, you're the chairman. Be the chairman, be the leader.
Absolutely. The video will come out and you'll see I was respectful and calm during that.
This time.
This time. You can go back through, I think, years, till we go back to the very beginning, when we had people stand up and call dedicated township leaders liars, is when I lost my cool one time. And I hear about that 5 years from, it's been more than 5 years. It's been about 6 years, actually. Anyhow.
Okay, but this kind of like goes back and forth, and there's this dismissive, narcissistic undertone. Like, are we all narcissistic, dismissive people here? Like, I don't think so. We're a small little community of a little over 3,000 people. We should be able to figure this out. This is not appealing. This is not who I think any of us want to go home and look in the mirror and go, yeah, I'm a part of this mess. No, it's not. We need to come together, figure it out. When you come to the table, you say, here are the issues, what do we need to do, and then you talk through it. We don't all have to love each other, but we sure as heck should like each other. And we sure as heck should be able to use common sense and figure these issues out. It's not rocket science. It is something that we should be able to do. Now, that's on this part of what happened. I do want to now bring it to my issue, because you interrupted me. And I don't care, I'll get it done within 57 seconds. There's a sweet little park over here.
Yeah.
I used to go there and walk, I loved it. You guys had the loggers come in, they came in, they just.
I can answer your question real quick. We just heard from Chris tonight that they cut the trails. Now, were you back there tonight?
Yes.
He must have missed this one. That's all I can think of. But they did cut the rest of them, and they will certainly cut this one.
Chris, who told you? The fire department.
The fire
Because
department.
I just talked to him before I walked in here. Chris,
No, you talked to Dean. Dean Warner.
Okay, that was Dean.
He's the assistant chief.
All right, well, I walked back there. I walked across the little
Yeah.
bridge. I walked about 100 yards in. There's no path.
They must have missed that part, but they're gonna open that up too. But you can park, of course, on the Porter's Road and go in, and those trails are now open as of yesterday, I think.
From that end over?
Yep, you can go all the way, yep.
When are they gonna do this end?
I'm not sure, I mean, you just finished that.
You make people park on Porter's Road, that's dangerous.
Well, that's why we have parking here.
Well, but you can't really get to it from.
Well, when they took the trees down last year, they were across the road, so it took extra work to clear that. That's why they were shut down for that period of time. It's all volunteers that are doing it.
Okay, so was there a contract for the loggers that came in and did that? Were they supposed to clean up, or was it just left to how it was?
Well, they were supposed to clean up, but they didn't do a good job.
Okay.
Anyhow,
And there's no recourse that we can go back to them and say, hey, you didn't do your
they're
job?
long gone. We got their check.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so is the other, or if I have, because I don't know, if I have further questions and I want it dealt with, where do I go, to the office? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right,
Thank
my
you.
last comment is, come on, people, grow up and let's get along, seriously.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, really.
Next comment, yes.
I just wanna say, a lot of stuff goes over my head. I don't understand, that's fine. But what you said about certain people coming in, that have money, that can change certain things, because they have the money. We need their money, whoever these people are that you mentioned, for the YMCA or whatever, YWCA. So it's all about the money, is what it is. A lot of us are elderly. I'm 82 years old. I might not see tomorrow. I've got a lot of health issues. My husband does. Things keep getting piled up on us, money-wise. It's all about the money. Show me the money. If I leave my house, if I die, my kids will get the house. They'll sell it. The thing is that we have a lot of elderly in this community, and they're hurting already. And every time something like this comes up, it's more money, more money, more money. And pretty soon my head is like hurting from all this money that's, you get this person, that person, and that person, and they'll give it, we need their money. So you have to do what we say, because we need their money to change the situation. Well, I don't get it. These people are not rich. These people work hard for their money, and it should be done responsibly, and that's all I got to say.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to respond.
All right.
to his comment. Sandy, what he was talking about was the grant writers. That Kate King has written grants for several of the municipalities that are with the Spring Grove Rec Park Board. However, she's not the only one that can write those grants, and there's the fee that we pay to join. She would help us to write a grant without joining. So she said that, and when I first talked to her, that I explained to you all, she agreed to do that. So we don't have to join to get her expertise, her help. And we have plenty of people here in the township capable to do that. So that was an indication that they were trying to say, hey, look, if we decide to join, it's because of the money. Well, they're coming up with an excuse, a straw argument. That's not the reason why.
Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome.
All right, next comment? No, we need 3 minutes each, all right. All right, I guess we can get down to business then. 3 minutes each, sorry. We gotta move.
I know, it's like, no, she's not a child. That was not-
All right, I'd like,
Seriously.
we gotta get moving. All right, motion to approve April Board of Supervisor meeting minutes. Do we hear a second?
Second. Discussion. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to point out to both you and to Matt that both of the minutes that we have presented before us for the various 2 months start out exactly the same, at least mine do. They start out, township meeting was held on Wednesday, March 12th. You go to the next one, Wednesday meeting was held March 12th. On the one, it has that Supervisor King was here. On the other, it has that Supervisor King was absent. On the ones that I'm absent, they put me in here as voting. So, I don't know, maybe I just got screwed up copies. What happened?
My fault.
So we can't approve these tonight.
We
Thank you.
can approve them contingent on those changes. So that's what we'll do. So once again, I'd like to, motion to approve the April Board of Supervisor meeting minutes with those changes Paul just mentioned.
Well,
Yeah.
Yes.
Mr. Solicitor,
Yes, sir.
is it possible to pass minutes without seeing the changes to make sure that all of them will take place?
Yes, it is. I think what you would be looking for is just some kind of clear condition that the motion would be to approve the minutes conditioned upon, I don't know which meeting you were at or not at, but just to reflect that Mr. King was not at, presumably you are aware,
Well,
not
thank
the
you for
April meeting
that.
or the May meeting, but I think that's how you would do it.
Okay, we have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No.
All right, motion to approve May Board of Supervisor meeting minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No. Oh, there you go. More lies in the minutes.
Communications,
Worthless.
acknowledge that the Porter Cemetery stone has been placed. Acknowledge receipt of letter from Verizon stating Verizon Pennsylvania LLC to place an aerial fiber cable crossing an interduct in the township and must cross CSZ Railroad in the public right-of-way of Porter's Road. Estimated start date of this is August 1st, 2025. Estimated completion date November 1st, 2025. And motion to accept SEK's 2024 audit final report. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Discussion. Mr.
Yes.
Solicitor, this motion was brought to a vote if you check the minutes to our last meeting and it was voted down.
That's why we're bringing it up again.
Well, once it's
It
voted
wasn't
down.
voted down.
You keep bringing it
Because
up.
Matt wasn't
so you
here.
get the votes you want?
No, Matt wasn't here.
That was planned. His absence was coordinated by the two of you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Yeah, we planned that. Motion to accept SEK's 2024 audit final report. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
No. The reason I'm voting no is the same reason I gave last month. They didn't issue surcharges for the fact that these two overpaid an employee.
Okay, let's see. Northern Regional Police Department Police Report. Chief Lash.
What's with this?
I'll keep it short and sweet. In May of 2025, we handled 105 calls in Heidelberg Township, 5 crashes, and 18 traffic investigations.
All right. Finance. Motion to approve April's treasurer report. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Discussion?
Aye.
So the reason why I vote no on these reports is because I have nothing to do with them. They don't ask me to come in and check the bills. They don't ask me to sign any checks. They don't involve me in the process at all. So I'm sorry if there's some of you here that would vote yes on something that you have nothing to do with, that you had no eyes, ears, and hands on, then that's up to you. But for me, if I don't see it, if I don't get to question it, if I'm not involved with it, and this is all due to the instructions of the chairman to keep me out, then I'm voting no.
It's in the packet, Paul. So you got it.
Did I see any of the bills? Who, did you see any of them?
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, yeah, okay. Did I? For how many months now?
Well, if you want to come in and sign, there's nothing keeping you
Oh,
from doing
my, thank you. Yes.
All right. Did we approve that?
No, you haven't.
So we had a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No.
Motion to approve April bills paid report. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
No.
Motion to approve May treasurer's report. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
No.
Motion to approve May bills paid report. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
No.
Motion to approve 2024 real estate tax refund for James and Glenda Miller in the amount of $1.54. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion to approve 2025 real estate tax refund for James and Glenda Miller in the amount of $6.14. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Right to know requests. We received 2 this month and completed 4 in May. Motion to approve the final land development plan of Yazoo Mills 37 Industrial Drive prepared by DC Gunn Associates, project number 5051-20. Drawing number CG-4024 dated October 28, 2024. Recommended approval by the Heidelberg Planning Commission at their November 13 meeting, pending approval and signatures of Penn Township. Do I hear a second?
So I'm good with that, I'll second.
All in favor?
Discussion?
Yes.
So we're gonna approve something before Penn Township approves it.
This is almost completely in Penn Township, I think.
Just for my own edification, is this project over a municipal boundary line?
Yes.
Yeah, so generally how that works then is each municipality has to approve the portion of the plan that's in their municipality, so it's like 2 puzzle pieces.
Thank you for
Yeah, I
that.
understand that, but the main piece of that puzzle, they have not approved theirs. what happens if we approve it and they don't?
Then the plan fails, because they would need to be along with that.
So
Thank
we
you.
have cited to.
Okay,
it's
I
because
have
that
one
was
other
their
discussion.
recommendation from the planning commission.
Penn approved it.
That's what it was approved. Penn approved it.
Penn approved it. Paul?
All right, I have one other item for discussion. I'm gonna
No.
vote no against this motion
Okay.
because when they came before the board for an extension, I voted no. And after that, Mr. Brew, the chairman of our zoning board, came up and asked me, what am I doing voting no on that? I explained to him, and then he said he felt that he would go and explain it to the owners of the company, my no vote. Well, I don't understand why he felt he had to explain any of my votes, anybody's votes, to the owners. I don't understand the obligation he felt to them, and because of that, I'm voting no on this.
Okay, motion to approve the fire tax payment per resolution 2023-09 in the amount of $41,585.
You didn't take a vote on the Yazoo Mills.
Oh, I guess not. Okay, yes, we had a second, so yes. You're in favor?
No, no.
And no. Okay, back to the fire tax payment. Per resolution 2023 in the amount of $41,585.95 by June 30, 2025. Do we hear a second?
You wanna get in on any seconds?
Fire hose?
Motion fails, lack to do of a second.
I'll second, I was just.
Oh, okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, motion to table resolution 2025-10, a resolution of Heidelberg Township, York County, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, authorizing Heidelberg Township to enter into a loan agreement with the Pennsylvania Infrastructure Bank and appointing Timothy Hansen, Chairman of the Board of Supervisors, to execute any documents needed to finalize said loan on behalf of Heidelberg Township. You agree to table?
Table with conditions.
Okay.
Come back with we come back with items that were in question.
Right.
Percentage.
Yep. All right, do I hear a second? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
No.
Highways, roads, and streets, acknowledge receipt of the road maintenance report. Engineer, acknowledge receipt of the May engineer report. Okay.
I had a question on the engineer's report, if I can find it.
You don't have
Um,
Ben here, so we may not be able to answer it.
The water services feasibility study, is that the CDBG grant?
What's he saying? Say it again?
The water services feasibility study, under that heading, it has CDBG grant was awarded. Is that the funding of the 20,000? I thought we had already gotten that.
That's what he's talking about, the funding of the 20,000. It says it right under there.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, thank you.
I would like to skip down to an item that I want to make sure gets covered tonight. And I think we all can agree to make the motion to approve the request from Providence Community Church for the fireworks display on July 4th, 2025. Church is requesting the Board of Supervisors to accept their general liability coverage of $3 million, which addresses the concerns of payment of damages in place of current bonding requirement. Do I hear a second on that?
Second.
Discussion?
Yes.
I don't think there's any legitimate reason for you to have changed the order of the agenda. There's no reason why we couldn't have continued with recreation, then water and solicitor, which have nothing under it. So you wanted to move down there. Normally I would vote for this, but I'm gonna vote no because of the manipulation.
Okay. All in favor? Or make a second. Did you get a second? No. Aye.
Aye.
No.
Okay. All right, motion to approve recommended received recreation board. This is basically approval of August 2 and August 19 rec park events.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
No.
Oh, they voted no.
We don't have a budget.
We have a budget.
We don't have the cost of the events, and that's why I voted no.
No, we do.
No, we don't.
So first off, the budget under the sweeper that we rented for $4,100, we only budgeted $2,000 for that in our budget. So they shot over that, but now they want to say, oh, we don't have the money, we don't have the budget for fun, for events at the park. We don't have that money, but they reached into some pocket and pulled out an extra $2,100 for the street cleaning. So, and when you look at the park section under 454, go to the website, look under the park section, 454. There's all kinds of categories that the money could be taken out of. What they're doing is saying we don't have the budget because they want to throw the survey under the park and rec budget instead of under communications, printing, or whatever. Now, we had a breakdown of those costs, and I want to ask, who are we paying to do all that? Where did it go? The envelopes, the stuffing of the envelopes, the addressing. Who are we paying to do all that?
Wise Printing.
So, I'm willing to volunteer to do it. Just like in 2019, Tim, when you said there was going to be a survey issued to the township to determine their preferences for a police force, which never happened, I called Norma after that meeting and volunteered to help get that survey together. And she said, I haven't heard from Tim. So, this is all obstructionism.
You know, Paul, I find it really just amazing that 6 years ago you entered into the meeting room shaking bottles of stones at us. I don't know how many people have complained about the stones on the streets from the plow trucks in the winter. We've swept the stones up. It's a safety issue. The motorcycles now are safer. The people in the development streets don't have to worry so much about it.
But you waited 2 years to do it. You voted my motions down 2 years ago under Barbara.
And as far as this goes, I don't know what kind of side stream railroading you're trying to come up with here, but just based off of everything I've heard tonight regarding this park, I think there's some serious regrouping that needs to happen before I vote yes to have anything in the park at this point.
You mean like an Easter egg hunt?
Well, let's
300 people.
Now, if
you voted against that already.
If you will let me talk, you would let me talk, Paul. I didn't get a budget. I didn't get what we made. Nobody has gotten a list of the donors. And we were told that events that were going to be held in the park were going to benefit and make money for the township. So if the events were going to be covered, fine and dandy, but we didn't get anything at all. And the event you did have began at 3 and ended at 3:15.
Yeah. So
I don't want to hear anything.
They wanted to vote for it only because they had their hand out to get something.
Whatever
Look,
you say.
So,
All right, we're moving on.
no, we're not.
Yeah, we are.
So the thing is, he voted against the egg hunt, and the reason why they didn't get anything is they were only promised that if the rec park board had them. I had to recoup my cost.
Yeah. And hand out political
Wisdom's
information.
Bullshit.
chasing you,
You
but
did.
you're
No,
so outrun
you
it.
did. We know you did.
No, you didn't. No, I didn't.
I have a picture.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, boy, Paul.
Not 300.
Yeah. All right, we're moving. I got two more things and we're done. Motion to approve a cross-field reservation for Eric Needle for Hurricane Girls Lacrosse Club. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion to approve 90-day field reservation for 2026 from Mario Vitale of Raiders Baseball of Spring Grove, PA. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And Paul, you have an item.
Yeah, so on June 22nd, so last month, some of us got together and straightened up the tubes that had blown over of the trees that were planted on the hill. In the process, we noticed a lot of weeds and clumps of grass around the tree. So we'd like to have people bring a shovel, bring 1 or 2 bags of mulch. I will have dirt there to fill up any holes that are created, and I'll have a wheelbarrow. So, and bring a bottle of water for yourself. I'll have water there if there hasn't been any rain lately to water the trees. But if we can get the weeds cleared up around those tubes, it'll go a long way in helping to preserve them and making it easier to maintain the lawn. So that's the 22nd at noon. Meet me at the Flags.
Okay. All right, upcoming meetings, Planning Commission, June 11, 2025, 6 p.m. to Township Building. Rec Board meets June 17, 2025, 6 p.m. to Township Building. Water Committee meets June 25, 2025, 5:30 p.m. to Township Building. Zoning Hearing Board meets June 25, 2025, 7 p.m. Township Building. And the Board of Supervisors' regular scheduled meeting meets July 2nd, 2025, 6 p.m. at the Porter's Fire Hall. Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm not voting on this motion because of the lies that the township supervisor put in the minutes on the December 24 meeting.
This office, because that's so disrespectful, it's not even funny. You work for us.
The lies in the